All right, Alabama fans, what's going on? It's National Signing Day. Well, I call it National Signing Day. It's the early signing period, but everybody signs early these days, including Alabama quarterback signee Ty Simpson. Ty, how you doing, man?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Well, talk about signing with Alabama today. What's this mean to you? How excited are you about your future here in Tuscaloosa?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the opportunity to not only grow as a player, but grow as a man in a great organization in school, and being down there Thursday for bowl practice. I'm really excited about that, and can't wait to be around my new teammates and my new coaches.
Yeah, Alabama fans, if you caught that, Ty is heading down to Tuscaloosa and going to start practicing with the Alabama football program. How did that all come about? Because I know you were originally planning on moving down there in January, but now you're heading down there in on December the 16th.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They brought it to my attention, when they came to home visit me, and they were, it started to kind of snowball. And finally, when Coach Saban came, he was like, hey, I think you need to do this. We'll get you set in, and you'll be running scout team quarterback, and I just get kind of get more practices and get used to the new normal for me. I guess you could say. So I wanted to take the opportunity to just to get acclimated as much as possible. So I was ready. Time to sign me up and let's get going.
And you just finished taking finals, just wrapped up your football season, and now you're getting thrown into the fire, man. What's that going to be like?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna tell Will Anderson before the day starts. Just stay on that side and don't touch me as much. But no, I'm super excited. I had a great historic season here. Me and my team did, and the opportunity to I guess Thursday or Wednesday be my last day of high school is a bittersweet moment. But I'm super excited to get down there.
It's been a pretty big month for you already. I mean, state championship, you won Mr. Football. I mean, this has been a great month. Just talk about your senior season, man, because I know you guys struggled early on in your high school career, and you really kind of helped build this program up and won a state championship. I mean, what has that meant to you? I mean, this is the first state championship in your high school's history, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the first one ever. And I mean, I'm so proud of my guys and my teammates. I mean, they did an awesome job. Everybody bought in. But no, you're right. It was a struggle early in my career. Just only winning 2 games my freshman year. And then just getting one game better every year from making to the playoffs sophomore, winning a playoff game, and then finally winning it all my senior year. And I'm it's cool to have individual awards like Mr. Football and Gatorade State Player of the Year, but I know that if it wasn't for my teammates, I wouldn't have got it. So I appreciate them and everything they've done, and I'm just super excited, for them and their historic and legacy they've left. And I know I left mine, but I know it's time to pass the torch to my little brother when he comes up. So hopefully he can top Big Brother.
That's right. And I've already seen some highlights of him. Your dad sent them to me, so I know he's excited. Let's talk about your dad for a minute because he had a great season as well for UT Martin, going into the playoffs, and didn't get a chance to watch you play in the state championship game because he was in his own playoff game. What's your father meant to you, kind of throughout? Uh, Not this recruiting process, but just throughout your whole career, and just being around him, learning from him, and just being a great father.
He and my mom both have been just awesome throughout the process, and I couldn't ask for better parents and better supporters. But my dad's like my best friend. We watch football together, we talk football together. He's always there when I need him. He's there to slap me on the wrist and bust me on the butt when I need to. But he in this process, he's really guided me the right way. And told him before I committed to Alabama, I asked him, am I good enough to go there? Am I good enough to, be behind Tua and Jalen and Mac and Bryce and Jalen Milrow and Paul and all those guys. And he thought, yeah, son, I think you are. So that was really special to me. But he had a historic season as well as me. But it was a bittersweet moment, like I said, for him not to be there and him being in Montana. But as soon as the game's over, he was in halftime of his game, and I got to FaceTime him and just tell him how much I loved him. And so it was really, really cool. When we got home, he congratulated me, and I told him that I was the state champ before him. So that was pretty cool.
Well, you talk about some of these, previous Alabama quarterbacks. When we've seen we've seen All Americans, we've seen some Heisman finalists, but we finally saw a Heisman winner at the quarterback position this weekend in Bryce Young. What do you think about that? And obviously some of these other quarterbacks that you watch. I know you're a big fan of Mac Jones, and you really, what stood out probably more to me about you than anything else is you always told me, you said, you watch Mac's career and you don't have to transfer after, if you don't start right away as a freshman, or as a sophomore, even if you're a fifth year, you can go to Alabama, develop, and still become a first round NFL draft pick and we've seen what the success that Mac's had so far in the NFL. But tell me about what you thought about Bryce Young winning the Heisman and this this new tradition of quarterbacks that have come through Alabama here recently.
No, absolutely. Max, Max's resume was awesome. Just him waiting and him balling out his year, he got it. But Bryce deserved everything he got. He works hard. He's just a great player, but also he's a great person. When I came down there my first time after I committed, he was there just showing me the way and telling me how to do things and stuff. So I'm excited to get down there and learn from him and learn from how Heisman winner. Not many people can say they're teammates with a Heisman winner. So congrats to him, and I'm super proud of him, and I know how hard he works.
Well, let's go back a little bit to when you made that decision for Alabama, because there was a coaching change at the time. I know Coach Sark had recruited you early on in your recruitment, and then Coach O'Brien comes in, starts recruiting you. You develop that relationship. What was it about Alabama that really, sold you on the Crimson Tide over some of these other programs that you were considering? I know Clemson and Tennessee were also very high on your list, but what was it about Alabama that made you commit?
No, absolutely. Coach Sark left when I was getting recruited, but the first day Coach O'Brien got the job, he was the first call. It was late. He was like, "Hey, Coach Saban talked to you and told you that Coach O'Brien was going to be the new guy, and here he is and stuff." And I was very excited because I know I didn't know him, but I knew he coached Deshaun Watson and Tom Brady and stuff. So I was very excited about that. I was kind of scared of him at first. I always saw videos of him, getting on those guys, but I grow to love him, and I know he's going to coach hard, but. That was a very difficult decision, wanting to go in state, or wanting to go to Clemson or Ole Miss, or to UT Martin, and I was very torn. But I just knew that Alabama, I could be not only the best person, or the best player, but the best person, and that stands today just from everybody I've talked to, and I can tell anybody that, whether my little brother, the people in the 22 class, they asked me why I went there. It's just because I knew I could be the best player and person I could be with the guys around me and the town around me. And I'm very blessed that I had the opportunity to be like that.
Good deal. Well, last week you had an opportunity to visit with Coach O'Brien. And I know Coach O'Brien visited with you twice, I believe, and then Coach Saban came in. What was that like, Coach Saban coming in your home and spending some time with you guys, and also Coach O'Brien?
Yeah, absolutely. Having him there was very, very cool. Both of them, Coach Saban. I never imagined Coach Saban being in my house. Eating cheese sticks and eating, bang bang shrimp from a local restaurant. But it was very cool. We laughed, we told some stories, and he was just telling me how excited he was to get me down there and get me in the process to learn. And I just told him, Coach, I may not play it down, but I'm gonna give you my all, whether it's at practice or in the meeting room at all. I'm gonna give you my all, and he was like, "That's all I need, Ty." So that was really cool.
Good deal. Well, you were able to make it down to Tuscaloosa several times. Whether that was for many camps, official, not only your official visit weekend, but you went down for other official visit weekends to kind of spend time and help recruit. Just talk about the relationship you've built with the guys in your class already, and because it feels like y'all have a pretty close bond.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The guys in my class, I feel like we're very, very tight, and And I feel like we got some really really good players from Tyler Booker, Jeremiah Alexander, Emmanuel Henderson, Elijah Pritchett. I mean, guys just they attract to guys like that. Just not only good players but great guys and great teammates, and that's what Coach Saban recruits. So having the opportunity to play with those guys and have the #1 recruiting class in the nation, is very very cool. And who knows if signing day may change and we not may not have the #1 recruiting class, but I know that we have the #1 recruit class in men, so that's a really cool thing to do.
Well, tell Alabama fans kind of what they should expect in Ty Simpson. I know you're going to give it your all, but what are you bringing to the table?
What to expect from me is just a hard worker who loves football. I'm a football junkie, coach's son who grew up around the game and understands what it takes to be a pro just from people around the building. So I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna work my tail off, and I'm just gonna earn my respect and earn my way on the field if I ever get that opportunity. So I'm excited to be Alabama Crimson Tide and Roll Tide. I guess I'm super excited. I'm speechless, and I'm ready to get to work.
Well, I know you are, and you're going to be getting to work pretty quickly here this week. So tell me about Alabama, man. I mean, you're watching this team, throughout the season. They just won the SEC championship. Now they're going into the playoff. What do you think this team's going to be able to do over the course of the next month?
I think a little bit of last week, the SEC championship, they kind of showed what they can do, and they all believe now. A lot of people, like Coach Saban said, gave them rat poison, and it was good rat poison at the very end. No way that they can beat them. They're not good enough. The O line's not good enough. Well, forget that. They just come out and play, and not look at that. Then they can play. I mean, you go to Alabama for a reason. You have the #1 coach ever. I mean, there's going to be a reason why you're there. So I just feel like if we play hard and play smart and I give a good look on scout team, then maybe we can, add another one to the table.
Last question for you, and it's a two-part question, but what was the best part about the entire recruiting process for you? And is there anything that you would change about it?
Anything I would change about it? The best part probably had to be committing and telling Coach Saban the night before, because I don't think he knew I was going to go there. He didn't think that he thought I was going to Clemson, and so when I told him, Coach, hey, I hate to tell you this, but I'm gonna come play for you. And he was just him and Miss Terry just lit up because she calls me her recruit because one time Coach Saban was late on a Zoom meeting because he had to take I think his daughter to the airport and traffic was bad. So Miss Terry got on there. We talked to her for a little bit. So every time I see her, she's like, I tell Nick all the time that you're my recruit. Now I'm the reason that you're here, and I just agree with her. But I probably wouldn't change anything. Maybe taking an official visit or two after I committed. But I knew Alabama was the place for me, and I wouldn't change anything because I knew where I was going to go.
Alabama fans, that is your quarterback here in the future, Ty Simpson. Ty, man, thank you so much for joining the show today. Congratulations on signing with Alabama, and best of luck getting chased by Will Anderson this upcoming week.
Thank you. I won't need it. Thank you all.
All right, man.